Hey y'all, welcome back. I do want to make mention, just a reminder that tonight is the first Tuesday night of the month. So we will have Women in the Word. That is just an intimate time of being together with other women, digging into the Word and just being fellowshipping with our Father. It's always a wonderful, I love those Tuesday night meetings. So if you're local to the Godwin, Fayetteville, Dunn area, Newton Grove. I know we have some friends coming from there. Just let me know. I'm happy to give you the address. Would love to have you come. We'll have dessert, coffee, and just time with Jesus. So that's tonight at 7:30. Now, moving back into our study, preparing Advent season, preparing ourselves for the arrival of the Messiah, looking back at Jesus' birth and the circumstances surrounding it, and not only looking back but looking forward, thankfully, to preparing ourselves for his second coming, when he comes not as a baby but as a king. Praise God. You want to get me excited, and I've talked about this to several people. As a young girl, of course, raised in the faith, I was like, man, okay, Jesus is coming back. That's great. But things in this life looked so good that I wanted to do, high school, driving, graduation, marriage, children. And the older that I get, the older that I got, the more I realized that heaven is so much better. Pardon me. I was not intending to get emotional over that, but this life is nothing in comparison to the one that awaits us. And I'm so thankful that we are traveling through, that we are ambassadors, citizens of another kingdom, and that our home is not here. So back to the wise men. And on the fourth day, God created the stars. He placed them in the heavens to give light. I think it's very, very interesting, the story of the wise men. One thing that I have heard, and this, again, compounding and confirming what we're supposed to talk about, one of the theme for a women's ministry that I'm involved in for next year is called Chasing Truth. And that so beautifully fit into this Christmas season and the story of the wise men, in that the account that we read giving us information about the wise men is from Matthew. So let's just go there. And it comes from Matthew chapter 2. And I've been reading several books about the wise men. And, you can see my willow tree nativity in the background. Since I was a child, I collect nativities. I have them all over my house from all different shapes and sizes. One of my favorite probably is, it's large in my piano room. It's from Italy. When we went 2008 with Campbell to Italy and we toured southern Italy singing, I found it there, and that is one of my most favorite, most treasured nativities, came from Italy, and it's beautiful. But the wonder of the night, and that they had no idea what truly was going on, and so looking at it and putting ourselves in that place and knowing what happened that night, but chasing truth and following the journey of the wise men, and tradition, legend, myth. The account of the wise men in Matthew is very, very basic. We get very few details, and the wise men, which are sitting up in my nativity, did not actually find Jesus in the manger. I think, the grandeur of the pageantry sometimes is that we see the wise men coming and placing their gifts at baby Jesus at the manger. But that's not really what happened. And so we read in Matthew 2 that now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem asking. So That's verse 1. Verse 2, where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east at its rising and have come to worship him. And when Herod the king heard this, he was disturbed and troubled because he had named himself King of the Jews. So he called together all the chief priests and the learned men, the scribes of the people, and anxiously asked them where the Christ was to be born. They replied to him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for it is so written by the prophet. And you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, you are not in any way the least or insignificant among the chief cities of Judah. For from you shall come a ruler, a leader, who will govern and shepherd my people Israel. Then Herod sent for the wise men secretly and accurately to the last point ascertained from them the time of the appearing of the star. That is, how long the star had made itself visible since its rising in the east. Then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, go and search for the child carefully and diligently, and when you have found him, bring me word, that I too may come and worship him. And when they had listened to the king, they went their way, and behold, the star which had been seen in the east in its rising went before them until it came and stood over the place where the young child was. And when they saw the star, they were thrilled with ecstatic joy. And on going into the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. Then opening their chests, they presented him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So we're going to pick up here again tomorrow. I will see you then. Bye, y'all.